Now that the depth chart is reorganized, we need to upgrade a couple of things and hopefully continue to lose football games. Hopefully. Team profile. Yep, we still want those 3 in training. Let's see how bad we can be for the rest of the year. We might have some tough competition in terms of tanking. Let's see. And also we can put these upgrade points on now. Well, actually, do we want to put the I think we hoard these. Let the boys hoard upgrade points, and we'll utilize these at the end of the year and make them better. For now, we want them to suck. Sorry, boys, no upgrade points for you. You're waiting until the end of the year. Which means we are good to hopefully get our asses kicked by the Lions. Again, minimal gameplay for this year because we're trying to tank, so why would I want to win? As we lose to the lot. Defensive breakout part 2. Are you kidding me? We do lose to Detroit, which is great. We're down to 2-5 on the year. We also have an injury to Mr. Petit Frere. So our starting right tackle is out, and of course Garrett Wallow's out for the freaking year with a torn pec. Do adjust sliders. They're on base for now, except for the minimum speed threshold. Is this Mr. Simmons again, or a different defensive lineman? It is Jeff Simmons again, son of a bitch. I'm gonna sim it. Like, let's be honest, that's the best chance we have to succeed is to sim this. Or not, because he gets 4,500 XP. That's nice. Alright, so he doesn't get a breakout moment, he just gets XP. Sweet. Fine by me. Fine by me. I just saw the clip of Garnacho's. Oh, Manchester United. But they still won, so you can't shit on them too much. I wish I could, but just not foolish. Alright, let's keep going. Patriots up next. It'll be nice once we get to see this team in action a little bit more, but for now... Oh, we beat the Patriots! On one hand, I'm happy as a Patriots fan, because yes, tanking. Good. On the other, that's bad news for me. Damn it. Of course we beat the... Come on, Drake. Even Mac Jones was good in his rookie year. Fuck. Let's talk about our opponent's weaknesses. I asked you all to watch film and analyze their defense. What did y'all see in Tennessee? We can run on their defense. You would say so, Tyjae. I'm sure you want the ball a lot. I also want you to have the ball. We need touchdowns. Both defensive tackles. You know there's an apostrophe. How should we attack that? By running up the middle, you fucking Chad. How do we attack the defensive tackles? You fucking run at them. How do we measure success? 2 rushing touchdowns for Tyjae. Well, this is the opportunity. Oh, I'm gonna have to play. We're trying to develop Tyjae. It's not a breakout moment, but it is still important. We're gonna have to jump into this game against the Chargers, get 2 rushing touchdowns with Spears, but then also lose the game. Okay, let's see how we can manage to balance this, shall we? Shall we? Whew. All right. Well, let's see what we can do then, Tyjae. I believe in you. I believe in you. 2 rushing touchdowns. We can do that, right? Right? I hope. Please? Please? Yeah, wow. Will actually has had a slightly better season than I expected. I definitely thought he'd have more picks than touchdowns. Enough.
Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the city of Angels, Los Angeles, California.
Hey, boys.
Hi, everybody. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Charger club.
Go Chargers.
Winners last time out, so they'll be looking Charles to make
Nail himself.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week, They put it together in every
Madden.
good offense,
Madden football.
defense, and some key
All right.
plays on
So let's send him to halftime. See if he can accomplish this on his own. And if not, we'll play the second half. At least offense only. And see if that works. The LA Chargers of San Diego. It's not a breakout, but it's a chance to get some experience for our running back, Tyjae Spears. So not an outright breakout. Given that we do not have any points on the board, I'm fairly confident in saying he doesn't have a rushing touchdown. So here we go. Second half. Let's see if we can get Tyjae some yardage here.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put
Boy, Tyjae. Okay. And rushing touchdowns, though, so we don't just have to run the ball, we can throw the ball. I'm really not a fan of this camera. I know most people aren't. And I am one of them. He's on 23 yards on 6 carries. Yeah. I wasn't going to mention it because I don't want to make him sad. All right, this jet sweep with Ridley is not going to work.
Levis looking to throw. Looking for
Alvin Ridley.
And they'll get him down as he's
Beautiful.
inside the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Quick slant. Caught
Catch by Pierce.
This will be stopped about
Pretty good drive for us so far.
8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And though it has to end in a Spears rushing touchdown.
They go play action. Here's Levis.
Nice grab. Job by Reed. There's a flag, though. Well, never mind then. Not a great play. Darnell, what? Darnell, come on. Maybe I shouldn't have traded for you. Let me guess what Ridley's parlay is for this game. Tyjae Spears rushing touchdowns. Over under 1.5.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. Here's Levis. And as the two teams
Could have gone to Y, but at least we got some yardage. We are going to go for it. No field goals here because we don't really care if we win.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning,
All right.
and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Oh, Okonkwo! Run him over. Oh, Okonkwo. We're going to love this guy. We're going to love this guy. And Tyjae Spears is out for the rest of the game with a dislocated shoulder. GG's. Well, so much for that. There goes that extra XP we were hoping for. At the very least, we lost the game. He didn't even remember earlier when I said increase stamina instead of injury prevention. I feel like that's why that just happened. All right. Well, we lost the game, which is good. We did not accomplish the goal with Mr. Spears because he got hurt, which is not good because that's the whole reason we were in the game. EA Sports. It's in the game. Tyjae Spears is not. And again, we're not going to worry about any upgrade points until the end of the year because we don't want our team to be better. Defensive line breakout part 2. Was that a thing? Jeff Simmons. I know you're one of the best. Well, Jeff Simmons then is going to be looking for another breakout. Or not. He gets another 4,500 XP. Jesus. Is the plan to build around Levis? If he can prove that he's not shit, then maybe. You can get a breakout moment. Wish you could have pulled out the win. Me too, Tyjae, but your goddamn shoulder said no. Please don't be upset. Okay, at least he's not upset. That's good. Week 11, it's the Minnesota Vikings. Who will they have at quarterback? Who knows? Mock draft 2. Where are we projected right now? At number 8 with tackle Reggie Whitley. Well, that's not what I want to see. It pretty much dead set has the Raiders taking Covington. So unless we end up picking before them, if we get a quarterback, it's going to have to be somebody later on in the draft. If this is the whole 5 tackles for loss or whatever with Simmons again, we're just going to sim it. So, the starting quarterback for your Vikings, RG3. I'd be so happy, to be honest. Yes. Remember when we talked about ESPN being dumb? And be dominant. Just, just be dominant. 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. I'm just gonna sim it and see if he gets it, because I don't really feel like banging my head against the wall to try and succeed on that, because I think that's exactly what would happen based off of what happened against Buffalo. So we will hope that Mr. Simmons gets that X Factor development. We'll hope. Let's talk about our opponent's weaknesses. Let's talk about all the things. Let's talk about weaknesses. There's starting. Hey, I guess JJ is healthy in this timeline. What's a weakness? Oh, let's not talk about that. He struggles with deep accuracy. How should we attack that? You're the coach. You tell us. Cover the underneath. Force him to take deep shots. We'll be successful if. Who the hell's the coach of this team? Me or Legarius? Let's just go with the basic risky. You're 55%. There's no way that's going to happen. Thank you, Mr. Sneed. I wonder if his name would be Ned Sneeble. Right, the weekly game plan. See what we can do against JJ. 3,500 passing yards as a team. Interceptions. Give me those 4 coach points, please. We were watching the wildcard game against Seattle from RG3's rookie year. Why? Man, if Washington had even the slightest amount of faith, it could have been a problem. Well, I mean, if his body didn't give out on him, he would have been a problem. He was a problem before the injuries, added up very, very, very quickly. Very quickly. Please lose to Minnesota and JJ McCarthy. Shit. All right, well, that is our 4th win of the year as we beat the Vikings 38-24. God damn it. With Will Levis being the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. No, yes, but no. Like, you're supposed to be good enough to be Offensive Player of the Week, but still lose. You know? Damn it. I'm going to guess Jeff didn't get his breakout. Go to a goddamn press conference to find out. No flow, yeah. Indeed. Jeff Simmons doing... Oh, Jeff. Don't you besmirch Jeff. I won't stand for this. 2 shots for Jeff to get X Factor this season. Hasn't happened. Rookie quarterback strategy. I was going to say, who the hell's the rookie? But we're talking about last week. Frustrated we didn't do a job. We got the win. Yeah, we got the win. Which I didn't want us to get, but we got the win. Okay. Offensive coordinator text message. What's up? What's up? We need to shift our focus to the Texans. Do we, though? All right. How do we stop CJ Stroud? Joke's on you. We don't. We don't. We'll find that out soon enough, until we somehow win this damn football game. Let's talk about Tex, baby. Let's talk about CJ Stroud. This man wearing his winter coat at all times. Yes, because he's totally not 2 guys in a trench coat. let's talk about zone coverage. Let's talk about zone. Which is a big point. I mean, hey, you know, that's a theme. That's a theme for a fair amount of hefty people. You know, you just wear layers to be like, I'm covering up, and it just makes you look bigger. That's called depression. All right. Sim that training. I really want a Conquo to turn into an absolute beast in this timeline. The coach looks like, I don't know. I know who that is. What does that say? Yes. Okay. You're right, he kind of does, doesn't he? Doesn't quite have the jaw, though. Doesn't quite have the jaw. God damn. So again, no upgrades to do. We're not playing because I don't want to win. Please lose to Houston. Son of a bitch, we beat Houston. No! Why are we winning football games? Stop it! Do I have to put in Tank Commander Malik Willis? Is that what I'm gonna have to do? Stop it! Shit. Oh, we're up to 5 and 6. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I was worried we wouldn't get a top 5 pick. We might not get a top 10. Defensive tackles. Middle linebackers. Tight ends. I mean, we do want to have a strong defense. Outside linebacker. D-line or linebackers? I mean, you know, we love having a ball hawk team. Let's go XP gains for middle linebacker, I think. I'm not really worried about the staff modifications yet or specking into that. Yeah. Middle linebackers, baby. What have we learned? Try to win, we lose. Try to lose, we win. Exactly. There's Nathan Peterman. Oh, the playoff picture. We better not be a part of this. Here it is currently. The first look at the playoff picture. Still a long way to go. Thankfully, we're not a part of it. But we did beat a team in Houston that is currently projected to play the New York Jets. We'll see if that happens. Also, Chicago is on pace to make the playoffs. Weekly award winner, Will Levis again. Back-to-back AFC Offensive Player of the Week performances for Will Levis. Where the hell's his breakout moment then? Come on now. Where the hell is his breakout moment? Given multiple to Jeff Simmons, which I appreciate, but those are difficult to pull off, you know? Resign Morgan Cox and play him at running back. Let's talk about commies, yeah. Let's talk about what they do. Alright. I saw weaknesses in their corners. Good, which one? Both of them. They all suck. Well, at least Will's confident. Got that going for him. Target those corners, feed our receivers as much as possible. Yeah, sure. That's fine. That's fine. Let's get Calvin Ridley and Jaden Reed. Good. We'll be successful if we throw to our fucking quarterback. Let's go combine for 15 catches. That should be possible, right? It should be. Get our boys that foosball, baby. Get the hell out of this meeting. All right. Focus player for scouting. Cameron Covington, I do want to know if this guy... I mean, in terms of just quarterbacks in general early on, Brad Archer has moved into the first round. So, Covington, Archer, even Jaleel Finley. Let's take a look to see if we're going to be taking a quarterback at any time in the early stages of the draft. It'll be our focus there. Unless Will Levis decides he's the guy, in which case we won't have to look at quarterbacks, right? That's up to Will. He keeps playing like this. He should be that much closer to a breakout, but I don't control that. How much you're winning, Covington? Oh, Covington's going to be gone. Like, the only reason I'm looking at Covington is because it's like, oh, am I going to do a freaking Ricky Williams-like trade to get that pick. So, all right. Nothing else to do this week except sim, because I don't want to win. I want to lose. Loser. Lose to Washington, please. Please lose to Washington. We are now 6-6 on the season after beating the commies. Oh my god, are we gonna fuck around and make the playoffs? We're not currently in a playoff spot, thank god. Jesus Christ, we might fuck around and make the playoffs when I'm trying to tank. How are we better when we're worse? Oh, you hate to see it. Oh, yeah, hate to see it. You know, this feels like Major League. The boys are rallying around the fact that I want them to be bad. I gotta go into the locker room and find Jobu. And break this curse. It is true, it's Washington. I shouldn't really be surprised. You know, Daniels, you're hoping maybe he'll be able to do something. You're losing at not winning. Fair. You get Covington in the wedding dress as well. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully. Nothing else to do this week except lose to Jacksonville. Please lose to Jacksonville. Thank God. Oh, thank God. 30-24. Whoo, we lose to the Jags. Thank God. Holy hell. You beat Houston, but you can't beat Jacksonville. Any given Sunday, baby. Good to see you. It's been a rough season. We're one game under 500. Suck my nuts. We're trying to build momentum. Yeah, sure. Here we are. Look at us. What's your goal for the next 4 weeks? To lose every game. Oh, God. Throw for 350 yards with Will Levis. That's not going to happen. Great, we'll check back in. I'm sure you will, homie. I'm sure you will. And guess what? I am not jumping in to accomplish that goal. I don't care if the media is mad at me. Fuck the media. 350 yards with Will Levis. Yeah. Honestly, because of how this year's going, he'll probably do it. He probably will. Levis. His name is Will Levis. Cincinnati, please lose. 31-6. Let's go. That's the Titans team we were looking to see. Is that over 2 games? Hopefully it was over the last 4 games of the season. Will. Oh, maybe you shouldn't be shit. Get a breakout moment already, fuck boy. We need it. Okay, well, we're right back in a position that we want to be in, which is losing. We're losers. Again, we are trying to craft an actual direction for the Tennessee Titans, which is to be bad and then be good. It's been done before, I promise. Please lose to the Colts. By 2 points, we have lost to the Colts. Who's hurt? Jaden Reed with an upper arm fracture. His season is over. All right, Jaden, that's a bit unfortunate, but, you know, is what it is. All right, so we should very much be out of the playoff picture after those losses. Thank God. Thank God. Really worried we were going to mess around and make the playoffs. That would have been very detrimental to what we're trying to do here. Please lose to Jacksonville. We beat Jacksonville by a point. 7-9 on the year. I can't imagine 8-9 will even be good enough to make the playoffs. We finish our season up against the Texans, who we beat the last time we played. The big question is whether or not a top 10 pick is off the table. I would imagine it is. We are absolutely going to want to lose this game to make sure of it. So final game of Season 1. The Sims season. And we lost. Okay. So we finished this year at 7-10. Let's take a look at everything we have to take a look at. First and foremost is the playoff bracket. Kansas City gets the first round bye. It'll be Buffalo and Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cincy, Jacksonville, and the New York Jets. On the other side, with Green Bay getting the first round bye, you're welcome to Mr. Hopkins. It is Dallas and Atlanta, San Fran, Chicago in year 1, and New Orleans against Philadelphia. That is the playoff bracket. Obviously, we're going to look at the bottom half of the standings as well. But let's take a look at the mock draft because we'll know where we are pick-wise. And actually, bottom half of the standings, here's what you need to know. Tampa, the number 1 overall pick for the Bucs. You got Denver, Washington, the New York Football Giants also looking to replace Daniel Jones. We do know that Covington is a first-round talent. He is not a top 5 talent, so we will not be trading up to get him. Dalvin Nix, Reggie Whitley. So you got Arizona, Seattle, New England, Minnesota, Carolina, and Houston. We have the 11th overall selection. We actually finished above Houston. Between Houston and Detroit. That is wild. Wow. Okay. Well, the 11th overall pick. I mean, it could be better, but it could be worse. Maybe we will get a top 10 talent who finds themselves out. So, I think that Houston pick is Arizona's. Does it not update for that particular screen, though? You'd think it would. What is this whole struggling player thing? Our season's over. Tyjae, I'm guessing you didn't get the touchdowns you needed. How the hell did you not get 6 touchdowns, man? How do you respond? Ignore the experts, Tyjae. I still believe in you. What? Sound like a friend of mine. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. You're going to be fine, Tyjae. You're going to be fine. We still have big plans for you. We get to update our staff here. Let's go to the old talent tree. Let's focus on the O-line. Focus on the O-line, please. So Chris Roberts and Aaron Ward, you are both gone. And we'll wait to see who else is going to be available in subsequent weeks. Actually, we might even look now. We also have our player upgrades, which we held on to for the rest of the season. We'll have a bunch here. Tyjae has 4 in one go. Because we're not going to be opposed to being half decent next year. I want to make him better as a power back to make him more well-rounded. That's my typical approach. Instead of just making him an elite elusive back, I like more well-rounded players as opposed to specialists. I'm kind of the anti-Belichick in that regard. Even though I will say on to Cincinnati. And of course, some of these attributes can improve him as an elusive back anyway. So Tyjae is rocking an 80 at 23. That's not bad. Not at all. Roger McCreary with 3 upgrade points after that year. You know, I'm actually not going to worry about scheme fit because I can't guarantee what our schemes are going to be next year. You know, so let's just balance them out a little bit, and then we'll try to adapt them to whatever playstyle we decide to take long term, which, again, I don't know what that's going to be right now. It kind of depends on how this offseason goes and how this draft goes. What do we got for Peter Skoronski? You better as a power option. They gave him a very old man heavy face. Peter. Up to an 81. Not bad at all for Skoronski. Hopefully someone that wants to stick around long term, please. Devondre Sweat. Good run stopper. And though, let's make you a bit more well-rounded. Speed rusher. So he's currently a 78. Let's see if he can hit a 79. And he's still a 78. That's okay. That is okay. So Next, 3 points for Okonkwo. Do we want to make him a better blocker or focus solely on his options as a passing threat? I think we go with the passing threat. Like he's not the worst blocker in the world, and technically his blocking can get better with some of these points anyway, so... Yeah, I mean, his pass block is going up anyway, so yeah. 76 overall for Okonkwo. Very good. Very, very good. What else do we got? Cedric Gray. It's a shame he's still normal dev. Would like to see him get a breakout chance to at least go up to star. That would be nice. I don't even know if we're going to keep him at middle linebacker, though, to be fair. All right, Cedric. Yeah, still normal dev. He's 21, though. One of the younger players. He is basically the youngest age you can get. Jeff Simmons, 2 points this year. Him better as a speed rusher. Shame he didn't go X Factor. Maybe he will in the offseason, though. Yeah, still superstar at the moment, but the offseason could be kind to him. Will Levis, 2 points. No breakout for him. Doesn't mean he won't still be the guy. He might be. He's a 75. Playing like a 76. But he is 25 now. I mean, him not getting a breakout moment in Season 1 is pretty rough. NPF. Those points on you. Make you better as a pass protector. Oh, Keandre Coburn. Oh boy, are you not a speed rusher at all? Mr. Coburn. Let's get those points on you. Still normal dev. Yeah, 24. How many other players have 2 points? These are the last two. So Josh Weil. Josh Weil. You're a third string tight end right now, buddy. Let's make you better as a blocker. That is the only way you're going to have a future on this team is if you're a decent blocker. Dude's name translated to little brother. Oh, the lineman. I gotcha. John Jacques. I mean, you're leaving, so whatever. L'Jarius Sneed. Make you better as a slot option. Oh, L'Jarius, I'm sorry we're going to be wasting the entire prime of your career. Tony Pollard. Make you better as a power back. Make you more well-rounded. Oh, the loading time for this is kind of rough. Awuzie, you're sticking around. Make you better as a slot option. He's up to an 86. Very nice. Can't imagine a scenario where we don't eventually trade him and Sneed, but we'll see what happens. Jaden Reed. That freaking arm fracture at the end of the year didn't help him. Wired him for DeAndre Hopkins. Looking like he could be a suitable replacement over time. JC Latham. Still going to stay at a 79. Pass block goes up just in general. Pass blocking stats looking a bit better. Lloyd Cushenberry the third. Make you better as an agile type in case we keep that as our scheme. No guarantees though. +3 pass block, never a bad thing. Harold Landry, we're also keeping you. I didn't realize so many people were going to have these amount of upgrade points. I didn't realize they were doing that well on the field to earn the points. Then again, we held on to him for pretty much the entire season. Kenny Murray, make you better in pass coverage. Let's see, it should be about towards the end here. Arden Key, he was sticking around. Terrible in pass coverage. I get you're an outside linebacker, man, but you play a little bit of zone? Smidge, please. Elijah Molden was leaving. Dylan Redunz is sticking around. Make you better as a pass protector. So anybody that's leaving, I'm not even going to bother making them better, or at least I'll auto-upgrade. Actually, I won't make them better. Because if they've changed their minds about staying, then we could get them for cheap and then upgrade them. So we'll be a little bit smart about it. Kyle Phillips at wideout. He was a practice squad signing, so we won't upgrade him yet. Westbrook's leaving. Haskins leaving. Pretty much all these guys at this point are leaving. So save those points then from there. At least we focused on the guys that we actually care about. So if we look at staff moves, then yeah, so the changes have happened. Browns have fired Kevin Stefanski. DeMeco Ryans is out. Big move there from Houston. After missing the playoffs, they decided not to mess around. All right, well, that means then we might have some decent coordinators available here. So for OC, it's 2 total talents, 2 total talents, 3 total talents, 5 for Will Hudson, 6 for Marvin Fowler, Seth Henry. Hello. That guy is a beast of already established talents. Yep, that's our guy. Mr. Henry, I went right past you. There you are. What's that talent tree looking like? Boost to wideout blocking and halfbacks. Running quarterback. I mean, it's pretty well rounded so far. Wish you went into accuracy instead of throw on the run, but he's clearly the best option available. So welcome in Mr. Henry. And then new defensive coordinator. We have anybody here that kind of lines up well. 6 talents for Josh Morton. 7 talents for Darren Young. Millions. Sorry. I had a flashback. Darren Young! Come on down. We got our new coordinators. And we'll see what we end up doing there. We also, of course, have the points for hiring these guys. Let's spec into gains for outside linebackers and the gains for tackles. 6 points off of another upgrade because, again, we have it set to take a while to get those upgrades. Bob Backlund's favorite coordinator. Indeed. All right, so for this week, then, we are okay. Let's take a look at everything that happened around the league. Just a reminder of what went down standings-wise. You had the Packers as the top team in the league. AFC East, the Bills and Jets made it. Pats went 7-10. Dolphins 9-8. Chiefs, the only team to make it out of the AFC West, with the Broncos going 5-12 under Bo Nix. Lost 8 in a row to end the year. Jesus. NFC North goes to the Packers. The Bears also make the playoffs over the Lions and the Vikings. Just 6 wins. South, Saints and Falcons both make it. Panthers and Bucks miss out. NFC East, Cowboys and Eagles, Giants and Commies, 5 wins apiece. And the NFC West, Niners make it. Nobody else over 500. Seahawks and Cardinals each with 6 wins. There you go, Packers, Chiefs, Cowboys at the top. As we finish 23rd in the league, the Broncos, Commanders, Giants, 5 wins each. Well, good on the Broncos. I mean, if you're going to miss out on the playoffs, you might as well lose so badly that you end up with a top 3 pick. Let's see how the stats went for this year. As Will, not bad to be honest, man. 3,300 yards, 21 touchdowns, 10 picks. He really wasn't that bad. He just didn't get a breakout moment. Rushing-wise, Tyjae hit 1,000 yards. Like, I get it. He only had 3 touchdowns. Pollard had 10. Levis had 5. Tyjae had a good year, man. That's his first 1,000-yard season. Come on now. Don't be so down on yourself. You're from Tulane. You know I'm going to give you every opportunity to succeed. Reception king and yardage king was Calvin Ridley. Just broke 1,000 yards. Led the team with 9 touchdowns. Jaden Reed had 8 this season between us and Green Bay. And then obviously, like, Hopkins would have had some touchdowns. Some other receivers as well that we got rid of. Blocking-wise, nobody was horrific. Old MPF with 7 allowed in 14 games. That's really not that bad. REDUX was fucking awesome. He was great this year. And Wanya Morris played a little bit. Little brother, good job. Our tackle leader was Kenny Murray Jr. with 96. Our sack leader with 10.5 was Jeff Simmons. Landry with 4. Our defensive line will be interesting moving forward. Our pick leader with 3 was Roger McCreary. Sneed with 1. Awuzie with 2. Folk went 19-21. Perfect from extra. Stonehouse punts 55 times. Take a look league-wide at how everything played out. Your passing yardage king, surprise, surprise, Dak Prescott. He, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and Aaron Rodgers all hit at least 4,000 yards this year. The touchdown king was Brock Purdy. He and Aaron Rodgers, the only two to break 40 passing touchdowns on the year. Purdy went 44-6. Burrow went 36-3. Outrageous. Most interceptions belongs to Geno Smith with 23. Also had Minshew and J.J. McCarthy up there in the top 3. Not to mention Drake May wasn't too far behind. The yardage king this year, Josh Jacobs in Green Bay. Joe Mixon, Jonathan Taylor-Thomas rounding out the top 3. The touchdown leader was Isaiah Pacheco with 17. You had Barkley up there and Zeke as the top 3. Interesting. Most fumbles, Gibbs, Zeke, and Mike Williams. 3 each. Mike Williams as a on his one run of the year, probably on a jet sweep, and he fumbled it. Reception king, 104 for Brandon Cooks, only guy to have over 100. He was the yardage king as a result. Brandon Ayuk, 1,300 on the dot. Amon-Ra St. Brown in 3rd. The touchdown lead, though, was Ayuk with 23. Brandon Cooks and Hunter Renfrow round out that top 3. Yeah. Also, maybe we should have gotten Khalil Shakir. Holy shit. What was our record? What was the 7 wins? Most sacks allowed, Fuaga. I've simmed 2 seasons in this game, and he's been the worst lineman every time. Caleb McGarry was up there, as was Abraham Lucas. I mean, for the best, you got to shout out Matt Hennessy, Sam Cosme. Tackle leader, Demario Davis with 127. You had Jerome Baker and EJ Speed there as well. The sack leader with 21.5, Max Crosby. Chris Jones and Derek Brown in the top 3. The pick leaders with 6, Derek Stingley Jr. and AJ Terrell Jr. Most field goals made, Will Lutz in Denver. 92% as well. He probably wins kicker of the year. Probably. There you go. Season 1 stats in the books. Honestly, for our team, despite some of the trades we made, some promising aspects. Now it's just a matter of who is going to win the soupity boopity. As we have nothing to do this week. Let's go through one more week before we take a look at the bracket. Let's get to those conference championship weeks. So here is the bracket. Pittsburgh over Buffalo, but they lose to Kansas City. Baltimore over Cincy. New York over Jacksonville. And then Baltimore over the Jets. So your AFC conference title game, KC and Baltimore. On the other side, Dallas over Atlanta. San Fran over Chicago. And Philly over Nolans. Green Bay survives Philly. Dallas beats San Fran. So Green Bay and Dallas on the other side. So we'll see who ends up going to the Super Bowl. By the way, how happy is DeAndre Hopkins that I traded him to Green Bay? How happy is that man? As Baltimore is going to the Super Bowl to play Green Bay. All right. Well, hey, DeAndre Hopkins going to the Super Bowl because of that trade. I thought for sure it was going to be KC and Dallas, but it is Green Bay and Baltimore in the 2024 Super Bowl. Not too worried about the Pro Bowl roster, to be honest. Not too worried. All right. So we know the Super Bowl. It is Green Bay and Baltimore. But what about the yearly awards? Your MVP, Joe Burrow. Kind of surprised it wasn't Brock Purdy. Joe Burrow, MVP. Coach of the Year, Green Bay's Matt LaFleur. Going down LaFleur. Like McCarthy, Andy Reid, both up there. And, wouldn't you know, 2 Harbaughs. The Harbaugh. Your AFC Offensive Player of the Year is Patrick Mahomes, even though Burrow was MVP, so these are still chalked. Your offensive player. Your Defensive Player of the Year is Max Crosby, as it should have been. Shout out to Simmons, though, top 6. Your AFC Offensive Rookie of the Year, Keon Coleman. Outduels Drake May, Ladd McConkey, Xavier Worthy, and others. Keon Coleman. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Your Defensive Rookie of the Year, Mike Hall Jr. You know, I don't know if that's going to happen. I have a suspicion that might not happen. We'll see. Congratulations to Junior Colson for winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. And then we know these other awards are going to be weird. But Joe Burrow as the top quarterback. Pacheco as the top running back. Wideout, Hunter Renfrow. O-line, Trey Smith. Max Crosby on the D-line. TJ Watt at linebacker. Kenny Moore at defensive back. And top kicker, Harrison Butker. Your NFC Offensive Player of the Year in Season 1, Brandon Ayuk. Defensive Player of the Year, Derek Brown in Carolina. Your top offensive rookie, Caleb Williams. Jules Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors and company. Your defensive rookie of the year, Jared Verse. The Rams. Top quarterback, Brock Purdy. Top running back is Josh Jacobs. Top wideout, Brandon Ayuk. Lineman, Elgton Jenkins. Derek Brown for D-line. Brian Burns for linebacker. And A.J. Terrell, defensive back. Top kicker, Jake Moody. Fair enough. The winner of the 2024 Super Bowl, will it be Green Bay or Baltimore? Who will it be? And the answer is... as Cameron Jordan's retired. The answer is... the Green Bay Packers. How happy is DeAndre Hopkins? We send old D-Hop to Green Bay, and he does, in fact, win a Super Bowl. Jordan Love, your Super Bowl MVP, 20-17. The Packers back on top. Or Baltimore. Will it ever go your way, Baltimore? Will it ever? Can it ever? Who's to say? Or Baltimore. That brings us mock draft number 4. Mock draft number 4. As Covington going third to the Giants, which is fine. Mitch Hayward's apparently someone to avoid. As is taking Percy Sims as a tackle. We'll see. We'll see this first round. What we know about it, which is very little so far, it's looking like a bit of a minefield. This could be interesting. The retirements this year. Jimmy Ward, Case Keenum. Folk is gone. Not going to name off everybody, but... oh, Bobby Wagner, Adam Thielen. Tyrod's gone. Graham Gano. gone. Taylor Heineke. Ooh, rough losses for the Eagles. Graham Slay and Lane Johnson. Raiders gone. Chandler Jones is gone. Jones playing football. Morgan Cox also retired. Imagine getting cut the year you retire. Madden gameplay and NCAA gameplay the same. No, there's a decent difference. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a football game made by EA on either side, but there are differences to notice for sure. Especially in Madden's gameplay right now, because zone coverage is forked. All right, our end of season press. Who the hell is that? What happened to my coat? Why do I have hair? Who is this? We'll do the whole try to win the draft thing. What does that mean? I don't know. Try to find a sleeper. A body double in case of an assassination attempt. The hell was that?